Morning, folks. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School, back down here at the Pathfinder Outdoor Classroom. And I apologize for the infrequent uploads right now. The problem is, I don't do YouTube to make a living like some people do. Most of my videos I put up for informational purpose, hoping that in the future people can refer back to them. I'm not worried about how many views I get right this second. So to that end, I have a pretty busy life. I just got back from Italy this last week, and then this weekend just passed, I had a wilderness first aid certification course out here, Red Cross certification course. And this weekend coming up, I have a large youth event that's free for the youth that signed up for the event. That's part of the National Pathfinder Youth Organization. That's a 501c3. So they get a lot of their equipment and things for free at the event, and it's a 4-day youth event. One of the things that we're going to be doing at that event, and the reason I shot this video today, is we're going to do both archery and introduction to firearms with BB guns. So we'll have lanes set up. On Friday night, we'll do archery. On Saturday night, we'll do BB guns. And I bought some bows to use at this event for the archery for the youth. And I found a bow on Amazon that came in 20, 30, and 40 pounds. A takedown recurve bow that was $39. And I thought, you know what? These things are probably not that good of bows, but I'm going to grab 3 of these bad boys because most of the kids that will be here will be between 8 and 13. Many of them will never have shot a bow before in their life, so it's not going to have to be some perfect heavy-duty hunting bow. But I wanted something that was in the range that those children could handle, so I got 20, 30, and 40 pounds. This one is the 40-pound bow, and I got to tell you that I am more than slightly impressed with this bow. And the reason I'm showing you this today, I'm going to show you how it comes in a box. I'm going to shoot it for you. I'm going to talk about improvements we can make to this bow. But for $40 for a takedown recurve bow, that's hunting weight of 40 pounds. That's something you can put into a backpack that's probably 13 inches, maybe 17, 18 inches as far as the limbs go. So an 18-inch long package, something like this, that you could slide into the side of a backpack and have a survival takedown bow. I don't know how you could possibly beat this for 40 bucks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get one of the boxes out that I haven't put together yet. I'm gonna show you that, show you how it comes in the box, show you how easy it is to put together. We're going to string it up and we're gonna shoot it as it comes out of the box to show you how well it shoots even just out of the box. And we're going to use really crappy arrows, to be honest with you. I'm using these fiberglass practice arrows that are really made for youth archery. And basically it's like shooting a driveway stake with feathers on them. It's a solid piece of fiberglass. This is not a lightweight carbon arrow with a nice hunting broadhead on it. They would be much faster if they were carbon arrows. If they were spined correctly, they would be much more accurate. And with a hunting point instead of a practice point, you definitely would have a hunting bow for a survival scenario, or just a bow that you could pack in somewhere if you were gonna camp and you might want a small game hunt or something with a bow. You can easily do it with this bow. So I'm gonna show you that today. Stay with me. This is a 30-pound bow. Again, I bought a 20, a 30, and a 40, all right? Again, obviously made overseas for that price. It comes in a box about this big. So there's your takedown size right there. And we'll get this thing opened up real quick and I'll show you what it looks like in the box. I'm telling you, for $40, this is a hard thing to beat. Okay. Didn't break my tape on that side. Didn't break my tape on that side. Whew. Get that thing taped up good, that's for sure. Okay. We're not going to need the box anyway. So you've got a riser that's made out of a molded ABS. It's got 2 bolts in it. You've got a string, you have a tool, and you have 2 limbs. Now there's a couple things I want to tell you about this that I'm kind of impressed with. It's just a fiberglass limb and it doesn't have a lot of good finish work on it here or anything like that. Pretty much just a raw end or it's been cut off and drilled. But you have a mold over piece here where the string knock is that gives you a really nice secure string knock, and it gives you kind of a good look to the bow. And I like that. Even though it's a cheap bow, it's a nice looking bow, all right? So All we need to do now is take our tool and take our screws out. And this literally takes no time at all. And if you carry a Leatherman with the tools, obviously you could just carry the correct size for this. You wouldn't have to worry about carrying the tool with you. And then you need to realize that this is the front of the riser, and it's a recurve bow, so the limbs have to go on it this direction so that they bend backwards to the string, okay? So now all we have to do is line it up with the hole, just like that. You've got a lock washer on there already. Put it in there and tighten it down. I mean, it could not be any easier than this. Could not be any easier. Give that thing a pretty good solid crank down. If it doesn't loosen up on you. Go to the other side, put the other limb on, and you're ready to rock and roll and string that bad boy up. Now, I don't see anywhere on these bows where they're marked what the poundage is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and mark this one 30 pounds. And I'm going ahead and mark this one 40 pounds. That way when my instructors are at the line, we know which bow is what for the child to use at the firing line. All right, it's got a decent string. It's already wrapped on both ends. Both of these are the same size, so you can't mess that up. And it's wrapped right dead in the middle. So all we need to do is string it up. Step through it just like this and hook it on your back ankle. Bend it over, twist it a couple of times. And the tighter you twist this, the more brace height you're gonna have. We only want about 7 inches of brace height. Get that thing centered in there good. And then we can check our brace height here. We know that's about 5 inches, so we're about 6 inches of brace height. So we're pretty close. We could tighten it down a little bit more if we wanted to, but we'll start with that and see what we got, okay? Again, that's our 30-pound bow. I'm gonna shoot the 40-pound bow for you. All right, so I just stuck a target over there 3 tables away at the end of the building. We'll just go ahead and shoot right here in the building. I'm not worried about that. We've got the 40-pound bow here. As you can see with this thing, it's got a riser on it that is ambidextrous, which is awesome for youth because you don't know if one's gonna be left or right-handed. The problem is you got a very long shelf on this. So when you knock an arrow into here, you really need to make sure that it's laying level on that shelf when you knock that arrow. Otherwise, it's gonna flip that arrow on you when you shoot it. The way you could alleviate that problem is just to put some type of a stick-on rest on there on the left or right side, like a Fred Bear drop rest. It's like $5 or $6 at 3 Rivers Archery, and you'd be good to go. Put yourself a good knock point on here, either a brass one you can clamp on or wrap it at the proper knock point to get the arrow at the level you want it. And the arrow should be off level a little bit. It should not be level when you're done. We can talk about that in another video, but just out of the box, I want to shoot this for you and show you how good it shoots, because it shoots nice and hard right out of the box. Take one of these fiberglass arrows and lay it in here on the shelf, and we'll lay it level on the shelf, just like that, with our knock feather out. Knock her into the string. Not too bad, not too bad. Just to kind of show you, this thing's got a lot of power. A very fast bow, even with a fiberglass junky arrow, really. Yeah, nothing wrong with this thing. Nothing wrong with this thing. For a survival bow, I'm not sure how you could beat this thing. And no complaints about this little bow, for sure. I'll tell you what, guys, you know, for a $39.99 price tag on Amazon, this is an awesome little bow. And like I said, you know, maybe $6, $7 in improvements, it could be much more accurate. And then with better arrows, more accurate yet. So I believe you could truly make this a very accurate hunting bow and be into this thing well under 50 bucks and have a nice takedown, pretty much bulletproof. I don't know how you could tear this thing up bow in your backpack. And I've had a lot of people ask me about that kind of stuff, and I've never found one. I kind of happened on these by chance, looking for some youth bows for this event here at the Pathfinder School, and I bought them, and I'm absolutely impressed. I'm actually going to buy one of these for myself without a doubt. All right, guys, well, listen, I appreciate you joining me for this quick video today as I'm getting ready for this Pathfinder Youth Weekend coming up. I thought I'd show you this bow because I'm really, really impressed with it. I'm definitely going to buy one for myself to keep in my backpack when I want to do an archery hunt, small game hunt type thing while I'm out camping. I appreciate your views and I appreciate your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, and for our business, for all of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, friends, and I'll be back to another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.